Yo, what's good everybody? Before I start the video, I just want to let you know that I had technical difficulties with the editing, the software. I couldn't make the 3 clips together as in one. I know all the 3 clips are pretty long. I had issues at night and in the morning. I couldn't have it uploaded. The software program, Adobe Premiere, was giving me an error issue. I wanted to put this video out at 12 noon. Again, I apologize. Currently in LA, it's raining. There's a lot of floods, storms, and everything like that. But let's jump to part 1 of the video. Yo, what's going on everybody? Dunksrnice Rollo here. Welcome back to my channel. Today is February 17th. If you guys don't know what today is Michael Jordan's birthday. Jordan turns 54 today. The last time I did a video for his birthday celebration, I pulled out 53 original Air Jordans. If you guys haven't seen that yet, I'll put it one right above me when the card section shows up and one down below in the description. This year, what I decided to do is pull out OG 1 through 14, but the colorways that I always liked the most when they first released. So exactly what the title says, let's get right into it. All right, we got the OG 14s down here, 13s, 12, 11s, 10s. These are all the original boxes in my size 9, 9.5. Again, this video is specifically on the colorways that I've always liked when the shoe was released when they first came out. I'm gonna start off with the 14 and make my way down to the OG ones. Now, my favorite colorway of the OG 14s are none other than the Indiglos. Now, these did retro, but I didn't end up getting the retro because I did get these for a very good price. But out of all the OG 14 colorways, this is probably my favorite. I've always liked this colorway. And throughout the video, what I'm gonna be pretty much doing is talking about the shoe itself and some flaws here and there. One thing with getting OG 14s. Now, one thing about the OG 14s is these little shark, or just little side panel shark things right here, along with this midsole portion. These do end up tending to get sticky as they do age. This is a really good pair. And fortunately enough that this pair had that sticky substance. Along with the back part that you guys see here. Suede on the toe box is still in good condition, along with the uppers. One of my favorite 14s are these. And if I had to pick another colorway, it'd be the oxidized 14s. But these Indiglo 14s are one of my favorite OG colorways of the 14s that released in 98, 99. It came in the silver box with the mini red Jumpman in the middle. But yeah, OG 14s Indiglos. Next up, same box again, silver box with the red Jumpman. Although this isn't the OG box, this is a replacement box. Jumpman Vindicate. The shoes in this one are actually a size 9.5, and as you can see, Jordan black and blue. But this is the OG replacement box that it came with. These are the black and blue 13s, or the black royal blue 13 lows. Personally for me, besides the one that's retroing with the red suede all white uppers and the high top, these are honestly my favorite colorway of the 13s. Now, I know these are retroing, but I did want to show you guys that I did have the original pair. And again, the one that is retroing, the red suede, the Chicagos, that is the last pair I do need to complete in the OG 13s, but this is my favorite colorway. Just something about this colorway. That blue upper mesh that you guys see here and that mini Jumpman. I did wear these a lot, obviously, as you guys can see. A lot of heel drag portion. The pods have yellowed. One thing I did like about the 13s is the suede that was on these shoes along with the tongue. This tongue here has amazing suede material. It's one of those suede where you pretty much move it back and forth and it changes how it looks like. These came out in 98 and such a great colorway. I am still debating if I did want to get the retros that's coming out, and they're coming out this year along with the Chutney 13 lows. I just want to see them in person, but otherwise than that, this is my favorite colorway of the 13s. Next up, we have the OG 12s. Came in this box here. Again, they did retro this box, but this is how the OG one looks like. They're none other than my favorite 12s of all time. Are the playoff 12s. I simply love this colorway. The taxis are very similar, but I do like how this one is actually more white on this side and all black on the uppers. And that lace hole on the top here, that's silver, that's a nice hit to it as well. On the back, it does say quality inspired by the greatest player ever. And the plastic tabs, that's actually silver. This is actually coming off just a little bit because of age. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I could pretty much put my finger in here and this will come off. But that's one issue that a lot of OG 12s do have, because of this plastic here. Other than that, this is my favorite colorway of all the 12s. There was a toss-up between the white and red, the cherry 12s, or these, and I just ended up going with this colorway. It was tough, but this is specifically my favorite colorway. And speaking of quality, the uppers on the leather here, really something amazing. And you guys could see that on the tongue with that tumbled leather, as well as the cut on the leather. Good quality shoe, good quality shoe. Playoff 12s, my favorite. Jumping to the 11s, does come in this box here. This is one of my favorite Jordan logos. That big Jordan logo with that air and the red Jumpman in the middle. I really like this box a lot. And these shoes are none other than Concord 11s. Out of all the colorways of all the 11s, it would have to be this. This is a quality shoe. When comparing with the retros and everything, the cut is different. The thickness on the padding around the ankle, how the mesh feels, everything is so much different on the original pair, including the carbon fiber. But there's a few things about this shoe. Obviously, we have that purple Concord, which is known for its colorway. Although you guys can't really see it on the light, since it's a white upper, this will age. As time goes by, the uppers on the mesh will turn yellow. But, you know, a lot of people have found out ways to whiten the mesh. So that's not really an issue to me. And obviously, you have that Jumpman Jordan on the tongue with that Concord purple and the shape overall. And the Jumpman with that booty crack. This shoe actually doesn't have any separation. With all the right cuts and quality in the shoe and the thickness of the laces. Maybe I just like a lot of black and white shoes, but man, just this overall colorway of the Concord 11s is what I like. Concord 11 is my favorite. Now for the OG 10s. Now before I pull this shoe out, there were other OG 10s that I could have put in this list, but this one specifically is my favorite. Although the box label does have it ripped off, apparently this is the original box of them. It's very interesting because the OG 11s came in a bigger style box and the OG 10s came in this more skinny, narrow type box. Just like this. One is more narrow and taller while the other one's just more of like a square type box. But this is still the same box that it did come with. The red Jumpman with the Air Jordan logo. These are none other than Seattle 10s. Yeah, I know. What about the Chicagos? What about the Sacramentos, Orlandos, the Knicks, the Powders, Steels, Shadows? You know, all those great colorways. But it's just something about how this shoe was executed. Maybe it's because of the green, of how vibrant it is and how it actually turned out on the shoe is what attracts me the most about this one. Don't get me wrong, you know, all the other OG colorways are all great, but this colorway here is by far my favorite, next to the Chicagos. One thing about this shoe is the midsole portion. These did come out in 1995. This midsole still firm is what you're pretty much looking for when finding OG wearable pairs. And then obviously we have the sole itself in that vibrant green with that hit of the yellow Jumpman for Seattle. And obviously, you know, Jordan's goals and accomplishments throughout the years. And that vibrant green colorway, man, I'm telling you guys, this stands out so much. Even if the white is a brighter color, this green stands out so much because the black and green complemented each other. Some OG Jordan 10s do have Jumpmans facing the same way, and some that are facing the opposite way. Basically what that means is one is pretty much made in Taiwan and the other was made in Korea. Something about this green colorway on the sole and on the insole, the padding area. I mean, obviously the yellow's on the sole, but no one really looks at that. But man, my favorite colorways of the 10s, Seattle 10s. Jumping to the 9s, we have a more better conditioned box. Still comes in that Air Jordan box with the red Jumpman in the middle. My favorite, the white and black 9s. These were referred to as the playoff 9s, but Jordan never played, you know, in the playoffs with these. So the name playoff, you know, I guess it just came with it, what people wanted to call as a nickname. These did retro, and people did call these like the Space Jam 9s. I don't know, people always come up with these random nicknames, but I'll just refer to these 9s as the white and black 9s for right now. Very simple colorway. Obviously these have that polyurethane midsole. Throughout the years does age, and if it's a black midsole, basically what happens to it, it just turns white. But this is my favorite colorway of all the 9s, next to the powders and olives and the charcoals. Those are all great colorways. This is just an up close look of how a black midsole of the OG 9s will turn out, or in general of how a OG polyurethane midsole will turn out, just I guess through age or basically, you know, over time. This is how they look like. It's still intact. It's still intact. And I did get these shipped from Italy, so whoever had these stored them very well. These are still dead stock. And on the back part where the globe is, obviously you can see it aged. You know, that's how OGs are. They age over time. Just pretty much showing you guys what happens over time with OG Jordans. This black part here on the shoe on the uppers does have that sparkly look to it. The tongue itself though is still white. A lot of people are saying, yo, you should sole swap them, you should restore them. And I have no problem with that. I kind of want to, because every single time I pull this shoe out, it just crumbles. And then that's pretty much one thing I do want to do with all the OG Jordans that I do have. But for right now, I just want to keep them how they are. Take a picture. Well, my main goal is completing OG 1 through 14, having it busted, crusty, rotten, crumbling, you know, whatever people want to call them, and it's just take a picture of how it is before I actually start investing and restoring the shoes. One of my favorite colorways, the white and black 9s.